Shaw here. It's the 7th of April, 21. We had a pretty good day here. Still, supposedly there's a curfew, but I still saw a few people out. I got in. I had some bills to pay today, and a lot of people are out. I see unusual things here when I'm traveling. I always get a kick out of seeing a guy pass me on the highway and no helmet on his motorcycle, but he had a mask on. So that just tickles me sometimes. It's really something how things go in this country. But went down to pay my bill, and then they had a sign on the door: no mask, no face shield, no service, and they only allowed a couple inside where I was paying the bill. And there was a older gentleman in front of me, no mask or shield, and he went in and he was paying the electric bill like me. So the girl said she couldn't serve him. And but here, just take that. And she said, can't do it. It's already on camera. I don't want to lose my job. Pretty much as I could interpret. So he kind of was bummed, and I said, "Here, Father, here, give it here. I'll pay it for you." So I was the next one, so I just went right up to her and paid it. And I asked the girl, if she was buying all this stuff, and she had her mask down. She's behind a big plastic screen. Of course, my head's up above it, so the plastic was kind of low. And she said no, but she didn't want to lose her job. So that's how this is kind of going here. I don't know. We saw a thing on the TV. I just caught little bits of it, but my wife watched it, and now they're not wearing a mask. There's going to be all these fines and stuff like that. So that's kind of tough. The thing that got me was since this new GCQMDFZFY started, the car wash was closed. Okay, so we can't get your car washed, and those guys are all out of work right now. Now, those guys don't make a whole lot of money. They get in there, they gangbang these cars, and they get it done real quick. And for what they charge, I know these guys aren't making that much per day. They don't have a lot of money, but now they're even making it so they can't make the little bit they do make. It's a car wash, and other places are open. You go into the store now. The store by us was open again. They weren't making certain amounts in there this time. You just walked right in, did some shopping. And like I say, I got my bills paid, and it's like a mix mox. One place is strict and the next place isn't. So it's strange here to me in the Philippines how this is working out. But another thing, when I was coming up to the one light, we had a week or so ago where somebody pulled in the crosswalk, and the traffic cop came out and gave him a ticket before the light turned green, took his license and all that. Well, the same thing happened today. Somebody in a van, it had tinted windows, I don't know who was driving, they were in the crosswalk, and the same traffic cop was there on the corner, kind of hiding in the shade. It was pretty hot. And he didn't even bother him. So, it's funny how things in this country they're pretty much hit and miss. Forrest Gump. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get here. But it didn't have any problems today getting in and out of the development here. They did have a checkpoint up that was kind of out in the road, so you had to, just made traffic. They put their little pavilion thing up, and it was blocking one half of the road, so you had to wait to get through. And nobody was manning it. When I went in, I went all the way up to San Jose. That checkpoint that was there for the longest time, that's gone now. That one they took out, and I rode right close to the house here, one that wasn't manned, and then I drove all the way into San Jose, nothing. When I got into town, wasn't very busy. The market wasn't too busy. There were a lot of people buying rice and stuff like that, but there weren't a lot of people out. It was kind of hot when I was out. But we got all our bills paid, came in, was doing the water bill and all that stuff, and nothing was a hassle. It's a lockdown, but it's not a real bad one. Now around dark, they say there's a curfew and stuff. Well, I was just out walking. There's a place I can get through here to the park, and so I walked up in there. Well, the lights were on in the park, and there were people in there, and that was well after 6. So I don't know. And I saw that old guy there. He was standing by the front. The one who told me I couldn't go in there with my kids, but yet there were kids in there playing. I don't know, maybe they were his grandkids or something. I'm not sure, but it's still kind of like a soft lockdown. It's supposed to end. It's getting differing things how it's supposed to end here. One of them's next Monday, and then another one says the 14th. So we're not really sure. Now they got on TV today and said something that they were, going between the LGUs. They were lessening the restrictions. Not people coming into the country, but going from province to province. I hope that works out. We got pictures of the house today, and it does. They got a couple receptacles in, and they've got the couple lights. No windows yet. It really doesn't look like there was much done from last week. Easter. It was Easter week though, so I don't know when this thing's going to be done. I've got no word. Monday, I got a hold of them and said, when's this going to go? And the one of the girls I talked to through the finance department, I wanted to tell her about me paying it, and she said, don't worry, just whenever we get in for the signing, you can pay your last payment. I said, okay, that's fine. When's the signing going to be? And she said, I'm going to have the girl who does that message you. That was Monday. It's Wednesday. I still haven't heard from that girl. The only thing I got was some more pictures of it today that not much was done. The two of the plugs that I added, that they covered the one up, they just got that busted out, and then where the washer, they had it in, it was in, and somehow it got covered, so they had to bust that out all the way down to the ground, and it was all painted and everything. So I don't know how they work here. It seems they are fighting each other to get something done. I'm not getting it. But one thing I'm glad they opened up the plug down in the living room, because that was a junction box. Well, if that would cook off, or a wire nut would go bad, or something would go bad, that would have been under concrete if they wouldn't open that back up. So, in the States, you have to have access to any junction box. You can't bury it. You could put it up in a ceiling, on a drop ceiling or something, but if it's closed and it's not a ceiling that you could lift a tile up or something like that, if it's a closed ceiling, you have to put that junction box out with a cover on it so you can get to it in case if you cook a neutral or something like that. So things are done different here. When they buried it, I was like, why'd they do that? And it's just I don't think the workmen communicate with each other. That would seem to me to be the project manager's thing, but what I'm seeing is they're all afraid to do something without getting an okay from somebody. I guess it's really tough to get a job here in this country, and then when you do, everybody's afraid of losing it. That's my opinion anyway. But as of now, I got to pay the rent again here, which really sucks. We should have been on our move. We were supposed to sign last week, and the last week of March, and we should have had our keys so we could move in. And there's no windows yet. Don't see a single window in the place. There's no toilets. The only sink that's in is the kitchen, and that's been in for a while now. There's no faucet on the kitchen yet. The upstairs bathroom hasn't changed. They just pretty much cleaned up the mess. There was a lot of dirt and stuff on the floor. They cleaned everything up. That was one thing. So maybe they're going to get started on that. I'm not sure, but sure would like to see some windows in and some, toilets and stuff like that, so that we can get going here. It's just, we're getting to the point now where, come on, guys. Give us a break. You got this thing, you got the bulk of it done. Now you've got the last couple things to do. Get them done. Get them done. I don't understand how they can make people wait for so dang long for a house here. If this would have been the States, people would have pulled out of that and the place would have went bust. I just don't understand how they can just do things, on this Filipino time all the time. The only place I ever see people in a hurry is when they're in their car. It was like today, I was sitting at the, I'm waiting. My lane's blocked. It's the one blocked, and there's a group of cars coming. And there's only 4 or 5 of them and a couple motorcycles. And then there's nothing behind them. So I just pull way over to the right to let them through. And some guy coming up the road behind me, he goes around me and blocks all those people that were coming. And he's beeping his horn. I'm like, what? Finally somebody from the barangay come out and made him back up, which is what he should have done. Why didn't he just pull in behind me and wait? It would have been no time. We'd have been through. Instead, he made it last an extra 5 minutes of sitting there because he was in such a big hurry. I wish he was working on my house. Might have been done last year, but we had a beautiful day. It was hazy. It was like intermittent sun. There was enough clouds to keep it off. Kids were playing in the pool today. With this heat, they're just loving it. We're putting fresh water in it tomorrow morning. No holes so far, but that little pool we bought, there's like $100 here. And I bought this time instead of the pump I had, the hand pump to pump it up, I bought an electric one. The girl says, we got an electric one. It's $10. So okay, so I got it for them, and it blew it up in the matter of, I had that big pool. Can't see it now, it's a little dark, but the big pool blowed up in 5 minutes. And then with the water pressure here, some days we get a lot of pressure, some days we don't. It took an hour just to get it up halfway so the kids could swim. And Dorothy had her little buddy over, and they just had a blast. Went and got some pizza today at the Yellow Cab. You couldn't even go inside anymore. They had desks over the front, and the girl came out to take the order and take the money, and then they brought the pizza outside. You could not go inside that one. So that's different, but that was cool. I didn't want to eat in there anyway. I wanted to take it home. Kids are all doing pretty good. We got Faye got some stuff. We had our internet was out. I did a video this morning. I was going to put up, wouldn't load, and then when I was I got to remove it. I have to remove it to reload it. And what happened was when I removed it, I had cleaned it out of the camera and the KindMaster. So, because I can't leave anything on the phone anymore because it says your memory's full and it won't let me do anything. So I had removed it. So I lost that video. That's why I'm making this one. But it's really cool right now. It's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful evening. I saw my neighbors were all out walking. Some of them were biking just here a little bit ago. So there's still people out walking. Nobody's pushing the issue here inside the development. The security guards go by and just are smiling and waving. They're not really pushing anything here. We got garbage day. They didn't come again today, and the dang dogs got across the street over there and tore up the neighbor's garbage again. We got one red dog here that I wish they'd come in there and just club him to death. He zips in, he'll rip a bag open, and then run off dragging the bag down the street. He comes in here. I was putting food out. We got that one sickly old female and then Itchy, and I'll keep it under the gate until they come, and then I'll push it out for to eat. And he'll run up there and grab the bowl and strew the food all over the thing. We got to get out there and sweep it up. And he's lightning quick. I'd like to clobber him a couple times, but he's fast. He's lightweight and he's quick. I do not know whose dog it is. I don't know what house he goes in. He's been coming around now for about a month. He's a terrible thing. But another thing, the cats are even ripping garbage up now. The cats are ripping the bags open. We had the one come in here. He's a big, heavy one. He don't come around now because I caught him. But he come in and tore our garbage all over because I can't leave it out now. When I'm done with this video, I got to put it inside. I'm waiting out here now because the last garbage day, they came at 11 o'clock at night. That was on. They were a day late. They actually came on Easter Sunday at about 11 o'clock at night, and I gave the guys some water. Those guys got a tough job too. I hope they make a little bit of money, but that's about how it went for us today. No news on anything about the bike yet, about the sprocket getting done on that. No news, really any good news on the house. We're still in limbo. I'm going to just pay the landlord for another couple weeks. He's cool with it. I'm just going to give him another couple weeks, like 2 weeks at a time until we figure out what's going on. But we got the bill paid. And then what I'll do is, if they say in a week or 2 weeks from now, hey, you're gonna, we're gonna go ahead and you can move now or whatever we got to do, then I'm going to go ahead and I'll just give them $3,000, extra $3,000, so you can take care of the bill. They kind of let them go. I see the one house over here that's closed. Nobody's been in there. I saw some water bills in the drawer, but the little kids go over there. There's a spigot outside, and that water's still on. So I guess if they're not really using a lot, they'll let it go for a while. Maybe it's a dollar amount or peso amount that it goes up to before they shut it off. But I know here, right after we got here, they were coming to pull the meter and close it because it hadn't been paid. And I said, hey, we just moved in. We just got the bill. Oh, well, we got it. Oh, here, I'll go pay it right now. So the dude was really cool. They didn't shut it off, but sad thing is, that's been quite a while ago. We've been here quite a long time, almost 2 years. So I just wish they would get this house done so we could get moved. We've got a lot of stuff packed. And once we get ready to go, we can have this place. We could fill that truck in a day and go. But so any of you expats coming here buy a house, I would recommend, if you're going to buy one that's built already. Don't do any of this where you put the money in and then they build it whenever the heck they feel like it. I said in the video before I couldn't recommend the Meter Land Development Corporation. Sorry guys, I just can't. The house looks great. I'm sure if we ever get in, it's going to be nice, but I cannot in good conscience recommend them to anyone. And if anybody even asks me, I'm going to say no, don't give them any money to buy a house. If they got one that's built already and for sale, great. But I don't think they do it that way. And if you look at all the people that came the day we came, there's only, in the back section where we are, there's only 2 that are up. Now the one guy, I don't understand this. His house, when we went there, they broke the ground. We saw him starting to do the foundation on our place. And that was still grass over where the other fellow is. And when we went back a month ago, those people at the end of the street are in already. They've been living there. So, what's the holdup on mine? I just don't get it. I don't know if they just figure I'm a foreigner or something. I don't know. But I'm just not real happy with them guys. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Not too much is going on. I don't know how this is going to load. My internet just came on a little bit ago. I was able to watch Tropical Tim doing his 10 questions for the Filipinos. It was kind of good. And then his lasted about an hour. I caught it after it started. I didn't have anything, and then all of a sudden my internet popped back up. They had a tower over here, and they just finally put the cone. So I think the internet was out because maybe they were working on that. And right now I got pretty good signal here. I got 3 bars here at the house, and that's the first time I've only ever had 1 before. And I couldn't get 3 bars unless I walked over by the water tower. Now I've got 3 here, and when you go to the water tower, all 5 of them are lit. And there's the one tower that I could see before and now they got the other one north of us, and it's got a whole bunch of new those white cone things on it. So that must be a new one. Maybe it's a smart one. Don't know, but. You guys come here as expats, don't even dream that you're going to get internet service like in the States. I had my last job they gave me an iPhone. That was part of the thing I had to have for my job. Our trucks had tracking on them, all kinds of stuff like that. They were keeping an eye on you, and they wanted to get a hold of you. They paid for the phone. When it rang, you had to answer it. And I was on call. They had me 24 hours call. And that I don't care where I went. I had service, good service, full bars. Here, good luck. Even Tropical Tim, when he was here, he has a really good data plan on his phone. He gets signal just about anywhere until you get to this. This is Stephen King, I think, lives right next door over there, because this is the dead zone. So I'm going to let you guys go, and don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.